Okay, class, welcome to part 8. If this is the miracle you believe God will look over you, why do you need a crude servant like me? Because there is so much I don't know. It's the not knowing that frightens me. Oh, here you are. I looked for you at our house, but Salome said you were here. What's the matter? Taxes, new taxes. And to make certain everyone pays, they're going to take a new census of the entire Roman world. They've ordered every adult male citizen to go to the place of his birth to be registered and counted. For me, that means Bethlehem. Bethlehem? Now? But you can't leave Mary at this time. He had no choice. None of us have. To defy the Romans would mean being thrown into prison, or worse. As if our taxes weren't enough to break our backs now, they must count us like beasts of the fields. Joachim, it's Sabbath Eve. I'll have to prepare for the trip. As soon as the Sabbath is over, I should leave at once. Fortunately, my brothers can register here where they were born. Look after the shop. We'll look after Mary. I want to go with you. You can't. He's right. The mountains are treacherous in the winter, and the nights are freezing. You might lose the child. I cannot lose the child. And what if your time comes upon you somewhere out in the wilderness, among the jackals? You said yourself that God would take care of his own child. You tell her. Tell her she must not do this foolish thing. Mary, you better listen to your mother. We will take shelter. We will be safe. Do you know what you're doing, little Mary? I'm going with my husband. I am going with him to Bethlehem. Why didn't you speak to her? You're her father. She'll listen to you. She must do what she must do. You're a fine help. Be careful. If you can join with a party along the route, you'd better do so. There are robbers in the hills. We'll be all right. The donkey is just over the crest. I'll load these. We'll be all right. Give these to Joseph. You'll need it for the little one. Don't worry. God will be with us. Oh, yes. Yes. God will be with you, my children. Oh, God, help them. Please. There. He will help them, for he is leading them to the city of David, which is Bethlehem. I too was born there. What a pity all my people are gone. They might have given them shelter. But thou, O Bethlehem, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah. How does that prophecy go again? Yet out of thee shall come forth unto me, that is to be the ruler of Israel. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travaileth hath brought forth. She who is in travail to Bethlehem. I believe. Mary, I too believe. Are you the man who operates the ferry across the river? I am. More Jews for the census, huh? How many of you? My wife and I, and a donkey. More wealth for me, then. It's almost as good as feast time. I'm getting so rich, I may soon have to pay my taxes. What's your destination? Bethlehem. Oh ho, That's where everyone's heading, City of David. There's a king for you, David. Greatest king we ever had, especially with the ladies. He was a great king. Now me, if I was to take another wife, God forbid, or a concubine, assuming I could afford one, and I might at this rate, eh? Well, if I could have a concubine, my wife would break my head for me, and I'd be read out of the synagogue. But not old David, eh? Huh? He had his fun, eh? How much? Huh? Huh? Oh, 2 drachmas for you and the beast. No charge for the lady. But seeing her condition, I ought to charge double, eh? Huh? Thank you, God be with you. And with you, may it be a son. I hope you have kinfolk to stay with in Bethlehem. We plan to stay at the inn. The inn? You'll be lucky to find a room for the corner for the donkey at the inn. It's crowded. Stuffed like a goose at feast time. Well, come along then. Watch your step. That water's cold. Rachel, turn the meat, and make certain the centurion pays for that stool he broke. Great swine. Filthy animals. As if I didn't have enough to do, now they call for a census. Sir, have you accommodations for my wife and I for tonight? And a donkey? Impossible. Full up. Haven't an inch to lay a cat in, or a mouse for that. You'll have to do like the others. Find yourself a friendly yard to sleep in, or go back outside the city and sleep in the fields. We can't. We already paid dearly to enter the city. We can't sleep on the earth. We have to have shelter, at least for a few hours. But I can't. Can't you see for yourself? There's simply no room. I can't perform miracles. You must help us. My wife is in labor. She's about to have a child. Are you crazy bringing a woman in this condition on a journey? The Romans only wanted to count male adults. Did you see any other women on the road other than the harlots? Please, please, we need shelter. Well, there's a stable below us. It's full of creatures and some herdsmen toward the front. But in the back, we store things and stable a few animals. It's quieter there and warm. Come along. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what to do to help you, my beloved. I'll go and try to find a midwife. Don't leave me. It's unbearable. I can't stand it. What? What should I do? Ask. Ask the herdsman at the door if he can give us some water. Some hot water if you can get it. But don't be long. I need help, please. Please, do you have any hot water left from your meal? My wife is delivering a baby. She needs water and a midwife. Water we have, but no midwife. There is some hot barley soup. That might be of some comfort to her. Joseph. Take my knife and dip it in the hot water before you cut the cord. It will drive away evil spirits that might harm the child. I'll poke up the fire and keep the swaddling clothes warm. When the baby is delivered, you must wash the child at once in the warm water. Tie the cord with the dried gut. I have some salt. Rub the child with it after it is born. Oh, help me, God, help me. a son is born. Here? Are you sure? I was there in the night. I was there the night the child was born. See the star? It stands as it has for days directly above the door. Show me. I must go back then and tell the others.